What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network. Today we're going to be reacting to a video from MTR, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews, about an absolute demon disguised in human flesh. Without further ado, roll the clip.
We're about to go over absolutely terrifying content. And it's not that we haven't gone over this content on this platform before. It's just in order to have this conversation as real as what we can, once we capture people on camera saying that, yeah, I have falsely accused somebody, or they are alluding to it within the confines of the content, it gives for greater discussion. But this content should be terrifying if you are a young man or an old man. It should be terrifying if you have sons, if you have an uncle, if you have a brother. Any man within your life, or if you are a man, should watch this video and take heed to the information we are about to present to you. Now, the person of interest in this current video is the lovely young lady over here in the pink top. Let me make this a little bit bigger just to make sure that we're having the same conversation. It's this lovely young lady over here in the pink top, and don't let the smile fool you, because this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now, this lovely young lady, she goes by the name Victoria Everest out here on these Instagram streets. And if you take a look at her profile, it's one of these health, wellness. I don't know if she's vegan. It doesn't really matter. But you see that she's accumulated over 750,000 followers through, fitness, wellness, health, exercise. You can actually see over here that she used to be of the bigums, right? And then post updates in regards to the beach body that she has now attained. Nevertheless, this lovely young woman is going to be the highlight of this video here today. And I guess, let me not explain it. Let me go over to the savior, or the post of the savior that has given us this content, and it's by this brother right here. Let me go through his post right here just to make sure we're speaking the same language. His name is Gucci Walker. He said, a couple of years ago, I got told that a guy that I know was being falsely accused of R. He was on bail. Honestly, there was no way he would beat the case because the woman planned it very well. She invited him over, they had S, and then she went to her bathroom and called the police, accusing him of R. So he got arrested at the scene. Whilst the evidence of his sperm was still inside of her, this guy was gonna go to prison for such an evil plan. Not just one count of R, but 2 counts. He would have gotten 12 years minimum. When I heard it, I felt sick, and I had to try and help. So I call him the savior. I went to her gym, and I made friends with her and worked my charm. It didn't take long before she eventually started bragging to me about the way that she hurts men. I had my phone secretly filming the entire conversation, and the police dropped the R case against the guy. We live in an evil world, and men really need to be careful with some women. Now, the footage he uploaded to his Facebook account, and it barely has any views right now. We're going to go through the footage in order to hear from her words, her thoughts, her trauma that she's passing down to other people. And the thing is,
gut microbiome.
Shut up. When I take a look at her profile and I see the image that she projects, right? When I see the copyright. When I see the Instagram profile and she's got areolas showing, right? She's selling this degree of sexuality. This is why I stay so far away from these women, because when I see them do this, it comes from a place of inadequacy. It comes from a place of hurt. It comes from a place of being bitter, single, unhappy. Sometimes they're bitter baby mamas. No matter what it is that it comes from, I stay clear and far away, because I think that the thought of hashtag believe all women in the society that we currently live absolutely terrifies me, that things like this can ultimately happen. And it should terrify you too. Collect all the receipts, have cameras somewhere and around that recording. Don't go back to their cribs until you can ensure the content of their character. Let's get active on this content and let's get through the learning lessons.
All right, fellas, strap in, because this gets bumpy quickly.
Without further ado,
Their realizations.
I think you shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff. Because there's too much energy invested out.
That's what the therapist was saying yesterday. It's like, is it not exhausting?
Yeah,
And I'm like, it's not though.
So you're gonna live. You've done for 5 years hurting men. You enjoy it, and you're gonna keep going. But the energy that you're putting into that, you could triple your income. You could be doing other things. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Two, in all reality, you're killing yourself with a fake charge. I tell you what, you put in energy to get shit. If it doesn't go according to plan, it'll bounce back on you, and it'll be obviously they'll have medical.
I've done all there's evidence. I've given him a clothes he bought me. Like we had. Yeah, and he's denying that he was even there.
How can you do that if you got arrested in your house?
No, so one was for an occasion where he left.
Yeah.
The other time he was there, but he claimed that we didn't have sex, but there was evidence to say that we have.
Alright, cool. You can.
I want to take him to the cleaners, babe.
Yeah, but this is what I thought. This is what I was saying. I thought about him.
You know I hate him because he's so much like me. Like, it annoys me.
But Victoria, listen to me carefully, yeah? Your thing, your skill is that you can detect a victim you want and break them. That's what you do. You enjoy doing that. It doesn't mean you've got a victim broke.
No, it doesn't.
It just means
I've just got one over. That's all.
but it
That's
means you
enough
got
for
desperate
me.
that you weren't able to hurt him. You pulled a fake. You know what I'm saying? So
That's still gonna hurt me. He hates that. And the thing is, he's gonna go out continuing to fuck up girls' lives, yeah? Within a short charge and a red charge, he'll think twice about what he does next time when he meets the next girl.
yeah, fair
He'll
enough.
think
But
twice
it's a
about it.
fake. So what do you want from that?
So what? The guy lies for a living. Let him have a taste of his own medicine. That's all.
let me just pause right here. I'm going to get through the rest of the content, but there's some things we got to talk about.
Wow. With a straight face and a clear conscience, she concocted this, set that man up for a massive fall. And it's talking about it like she's talking about the weather outside. There's no soul inside this creature. Fellas, please, be mindful of who you allow yourself to be intimate with. Do not allow yourself to go raw dog in these women, because this is diabolical. Straight from the pit of hell. Who does this? And why is she not in prison for scandalizing this man's good name? All because she wanted to get a reaction out of him? Because he was, emotionally detached from her? She couldn't poke the bear, so to speak, and get a rise out of him? So she sought to destroy his life. Thank God for this dude with the camera, man. Not all heroes wear capes, man. And while he's not the hero we wanted, he's definitely the hero we needed.
First off, shout out to all of the women out there that go through actual S assault, actual R word, actual human trafficking. For women like this, do your cases no justice.
Agreed. It's because of women like this that the actual victims, the women this really happens to, get the side eye and scrutiny.
And in fact, it continues to have us point a finger at each and every one of these cases and continue to believe none of you, because women like this exist. The second thing is, and shout out to the brother that is recording this and eventually utilized this content to exonerate who she accused. But he said something very interesting right there, which is very important, is that if you took the energy out of hate, think about where you'd be in life. But see, trauma-filled, hate-filled people, they prioritize their get back. They prioritize their emotional reactions in a world where they'll face no consequences for their actions. They're incentivized to lie in order to get their get back. These types of women are the most vindictive. They are the most destructive. They will smile in your face, but cut your neck as soon as you turn your back. And the crazy thing is that the system around us, they'll believe them first. And that is exactly what is wrong with it. When you see these allegations taking place from people that we don't know if they're innocent or guilty, from like an Andrew Tate, to people who have had their just due in court, such as a Johnny Depp, you begin to see the lies fall apart when faced under intense scrutiny. This man was jailed and set to be found guilty if it wasn't for this brother coming out and attempting to exonerate him. And that's what happens when you're in a society that you're guilty at the point of accusation and no one wants to hear you or platform you to hear your side of the story. And to think that there are no current criminal charges after the evidence has come out, no consequences, no repercussions, should absolutely terrify you. Should terrify you, because when will they stop? Let me back it up and then finish the video.
It'll bounce back on you, and it'll be obviously they want medical.
That's I've done all. There's evidence. I've been in my clothes. Like we had sex, yeah. And he's denying that he was even there.
How can you do that if you got arrested in your house?
No, so one was for an occasion where he left.
Yeah.
The other time he was there, but he claimed that we didn't have sex, but there was evidence to say that we have.
Alright, cool. You can.
I want to take him to the cleaners, babe.
Yeah, but this is what I thought. This is what I was saying. I thought that it was like.
And then, you know what, I hate him because he's so much like me. It annoys me.
But listen to me carefully, yeah? Your skill is that you can detect a victim you want and break them. That's what you do. You enjoy doing it. It doesn't mean you've got a victim broke.
No, it doesn't.
It just means
I've just got one over. That's all.
Yeah, but it means you got this that you weren't able to hurt him. You pulled a fake. You know what I'm saying? So
that's still gonna hurt him. He hates that. And the thing is, he's gonna go out continuing to fuck up girls' lives, yeah? Within a short charge and a charge, he'll think twice about what he does next time when he meets next girl.
Yeah, fair enough.
Think
But
twice
it's
about
a fake charge. So what do you want from that?
So what? The guy lies for a living. Let him have a taste of his own medicine. That's all. Let him continue lying for a living. That's what he does. He spins stories and sells dreams for a living. End of. So when the story spun on him, let him swallow that pill.
But I get your angle, but then you can't say you won or you was able to.
It's not a game. I'm done. I've pulled back. I've done what I've done. I've paid my move. I've moved on.
But you weren't able to hurt. The way you usually like to hurt men, you weren't able to hurt.
Well, I did, because in the relationship, I continued to cheat on him. Whoa. Their realization.
Okay, so not only was she cheating on him in a relationship to continue on hurting him, but then also false allegations in order to try to ruin his life on the way out. Oh, this is a interesting type of a succubus and demon witch serpent woman.
That's probably the most accurate description I've ever heard. And moreover, this gentleman is one of many reasons why a woman's past matters. You should know what she's been through or what she's been up to, because if she did it to that guy, what stopped her from doing it to you?
If it can happen at a level of a Johnny Depp with all of those cameras, all of those eyes, all of those public opinions and perceptions, if it can happen at a level of a Shannon Sharp where everybody can look at that situation and say, Uncle Shay Shay, you're stupid. You just got cleaned out of a professional jukester. Yeah, right, if it can happen at those levels, what makes y'all think that it doesn't happen at an average man's level? This is not a one-off. This is a pattern, and it absolutely needs to be addressed. Let's go through some of the comments on the video right now and see what else that we can learn about the situation, all right? This person at the top said, I just checked the legalities of this video. You are the person. Actually, let me try to make this a little bit bigger so you guys, can see this a little bit better as we read along. All right. I just checked the legalities of this video. You or the person should submit a formal request to the police for prosecution and also submit a complaint to the police force involved, as well as the IOPC. Seems like none of these acronyms make sense to those that are out in the States, because from their accents, you can tell that they're in the UK or something like that. So, that's why these acronyms don't make sense. People like this make it hard for real victims. Where's my soundboard at, baby? I got rid of my... There we go. And she should be made an example of... Shout out to Carlito. All right. That's vile. I can't stand women like that. And they should be charged with a minimum sentence. I agree with all of this. The man that was accused would have gotten, in my opinion, Bell, as someone who was an SA, women like her make it harder for us to actually be believed. Not to mention the actual trauma we carry because of that. This has been posted on Shade Burrow. Shit's about to get real for this chick. It's going to go viral. Well done, Gucci Walker. By the way, Gucci Walker, if you want to come up to the platform and have a conversation, I would love to understand more of what it took in order to get this information up out of her, as well as kind of like the timeline of everything that has happened. But for what you have done, my brother, you get that round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Out here doing
Very
God's
well
work.
done. My brother-in-law went through this and actually got sent down. His life's been ruined by one person. It's awful that some women are like this. Good job, man. Not only did you save that guy and expose her for what she is, you also tried to no avail to teach her. Let's see some of the replies to this to see if he doesn't look like he responded to that. Nevertheless, it boggles my mind that news stories like this don't get covered in the way that I think that they should, because women that move like this, they know exactly what it is that they're doing. This is not a mental illness. They are clear in their intention.
Absolutely right. How many times have I said on this channel that 98% of a woman's behavior is entirely on purpose? I leave 1% open for muscle spasms, and I leave 1% open for true subconscious behavior. The rest of it, speech and action, is entirely premeditated. Don't forget this, gentlemen.
And they're incentivized because there's no consequences to it. They understand that the system, the state, leans in their favor, and they weaponize that advantage in a way that suits them, in a way for get back. And that's why when we see case after case where men lose money, credibility, and years of their lives fighting battles that should have never started, why we must continue to create the burning platform and go over content like this, surfacing that this is a real issue. It's a real issue. I think for many issues within our society, if it impacts women, they form alliances, they get committees, they have meetings, they have teams, they have whole organizations to fight for them. But very similar, like let's say, of the impact of breast cancer towards women within our society. And I agree that there should be a lot of insight, research dollars to try to alleviate that. And one makes you wonder, why is there not that amount of push for like testicular cancer or prostate cancer? And a lot of that is that women's issues are in fact amplified, or the burning platforms and the dollars are created in order to push these things. But on the man's side, when you take it towards those different types of health issues or to false allegations, how men are treated inadequately within the family court system, we never see those issues see the time of day.
We live in what Rollo Tomasi correctly calls a gynocentric social order. Basically, anything that affects women is pushed to the front of the line. Anything that affects us is treated as an afterthought.
Here's the lesson. In today's climate, my guys, you must be more intentional than ever with who you allow into your life, how it is that you protect your name, how it is that you protect your legacy, your resources. Because once those are gone, it doesn't matter if you win later on in court, years after the initial allegations have come your way, after you've fought, after you've hired the lawyers, after it has lost attention in the public eye. So you must do everything in your power to protect yourself now in real time. So I ask you, all right, because there's some things, and she could be lying all throughout this, right? But there was some things that she mentioned as far as his own character. And I'm not trying to blame him because he's absolutely a victim in this situation. But then I ask, are you moving with discipline? Are you moving with integrity? Are you moving with discernment? Or within the steps that you're taking within this life, are you leaving yourself open to becoming another statistic? I have another video over here of another situation. Have you guys heard of the Brian Bank story?
So now I'm 17, and instead of facing minor camp time or juvenile hall time, I was now facing 41 years to life in prison. They tacked on a kidnapping charge, which carries life in the state of California. And what was happening behind the scenes, what I would later find out, which the accuser admitted to on video, was that every time she would hear my side of the story, she would add more to her story because she didn't want to look like a liar, because it was getting so deep on her end that she had to keep pushing the story. So while I was sitting in jail, I was in jail for 1 count of rape. Next thing you know, it was 2 counts of rape. Next thing you know, it was 3 counts of rape. Next thing you know, it was 3 counts of rape and sodomy. Next thing you know, it was 3 counts of sodomy and kidnapping. Now I'm facing 41 years to life. These charges just continue to stack up. And I had no clue. My mom had no clue. We didn't know how this was happening until years later.
Wolves in sheep's clothing that will prioritize their own embarrassment because the lie has gotten out of hand over the life of somebody else. When you send someone to prison for up to 41 years, you are effectively killing them for 41 years.
I'm gonna wrap the video here, guys. And shout out to our brother MTR, Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews. I'm gonna leave a link down to the original video, pin it to the top comment. Stop by, say hi, and tell him I sent you. We love our brother over here. Great content creator, cancer survivor. And if there's anything to take away from today's video, guys, is that women will do anything if it means they can harm others for gain. They'll destroy families. They'll destroy reputations. They'll destroy property. Nothing's out of bounds for them, guys. Don't let their pretty faces fool you. Don't let their nice curves fool you. There is a dark spirit that resides within most of them. And they won't stop until they feel whatever slight they've encountered has achieved its retribution. Prepare yourselves, brace yourselves, and watch your asses out here, guys, because they're playing for keeps. That said, that's my time. Like the video, comment down below. Share this video with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any left for the week, hype the video. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.